you see the day ahead shaping up? We just mentioned all the different things in the mix. The Fed speakers, are those potential market movers?
Absolutely. Markets are dealing with a lot of uncertainty right now because we're in the midst of earnings, which hopefully is better than expected. We've got a geopolitical situation that's uncertain, and interest rates have been creeping up again. So I think markets remain on edge, and I think investors are not that committed. I still think the bias is to the upside, though, because of positioning. Investors really position cleared over the last 10 weeks.
All right, Tom, in all fairness, you are one of the biggest bulls on the street, so I think you're generally pretty bullish about the market's direction. With that bullishness in mind, what is your WEX word of the day?
So the WEX word of the day is uncertainty.
But why?
Well, it's just, I think investors generally like a narrative that's really clear. And right now, there's a lot of multiple narratives in place. But I think that the prevailing story is going to be that this uncertainty clears stocks because investors are sort of not invested, and we're in a seasonally strong period. We're going to rise through the end of the month and into the end of the year as well.
All right, so with this uncertainty in mind, I know you're also looking ahead to retail sales out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We're also coming off a day where the XRT retail ETF had its best day since June. What are you expecting from retail sales? And is this report, are we going to add this to the list of market movers?
Yeah, I mean, markets are data dependent, so they're going to look at retail sales. I think kind of on the seat's edge because you do have a lot of headwinds there. We know delinquencies are up, and we know consumers have student loan repayment resumptions, and generally the employment market has softened on the edge. So if it's a good report, that would be good news. But as you know, futures overnight are a little soft, and I think investors are just waiting to see.
Wait, so Tom, I want to be clear. So this is a situation where, so-called good news is actually good news. You're not worried that strong retail sales may make the Fed more likely to come out hawkish, or Fed speakers today more likely to come out hawkish? Is this a data point that you think moves the Fed towards a more hawkish turn?
Well, I think the Fed's speak in the last couple of weeks has made clear that they think the rise in long-term rates is doing a lot of the work for the Fed. So they're in the mode that the bar is pretty high for them to actually increase rates again. I think good retail sales would actually be good news because it would show that the economy isn't stalling and headed for a hard landing, but it's sort of supporting that soft landing scenario.
Okay. We are in earnings season. I want to get to one of your picks right now. Not reporting earnings this week, but earnings are certainly coming up, I believe, a week from today. It's Cadence Design System. Give us a sense. Why is that a smart pick right now? As you just mentioned, we are in a higher for longer environment.
Well, Cadence is one of the most important companies in terms of helping design high-end chips. They do EDA and systems integration. In this world where there's almost continuous demand for AI and shortages of chips, they're one of the key players in terms of designing software, and it's one of the least known. So to us, this is a steady grower with multiples that can expand and very good earnings visibility. I think it's the kind of stock you want to own, especially if you're expecting a year-end rally. And again, it's one of our super granny shots as well.
All right, really quick, I have to ask everybody about this because it's higher for longer. Look at the valuation on Cadence, 46 times forward earnings, even higher than NVIDIA at 35 times earnings. So you're saying you're willing to pay up for the growth potential of this company?
Absolutely, because number one, the company doesn't have a lot of capital investment. It's a software company, but with improving visibility, a great capital structure, and kind of an enviable position. I mean, they're really one of the handful of companies that provides the software. But again, really good visibility, high operating leverage.
Got it.
And it's not well known, so it's a stock that I could easily see multiples expanding.
All right.